Welcome to lesson 42, Compare and Order Rational Numbers, part 2 of Numbers and Operations. Okay, here's our objective. Here's our rules and notes. Please watch part 1 to get the definitions of some of the words that I may say or some of the terms that may be used in this video. All right, so example, compare the following and place them on a number line. So we're going to use greater than, less than, or equal to. Example 1 is pretty easy. 6.02 is equal to 6.02. So 6.02 is a little bit bigger than 6. So on a number line, it goes to the right. And that's all we do. Okay. So write in order from least to greatest and place them on a number line. Well, you can see that all of these have different denominators or different bottoms. So we have two choices. We can make them all the same denominator, or we can turn them all into decimals. So let's start by, on this page, I am going to turn them all into same bottom and -3/4. Okay, so let's see what's common. You take the biggest number when you have more than one fraction, and you do 10 times 2 is 20. Does 5 go into 20? Yes. Does 4 go into 20? Yes. So now we found the common denominator, and you times this by 4/4, and you times this one by 5/5. And you make an equivalent fraction out of it. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 2 is 14/20. And then 5 times 3 is 15/20. And that's also negative. So all three are negative. And we have to remember that going from, on a number line, going from left to right, the larger the number, the further it is away from 0. So actually, from least to greatest, from smallest to biggest. So the smallest number is actually -16/20, then -15/20, and then -14/20. And all of these fractions will be reduced in the final answer. So we have this 4/5 is the least amount, so that'll be 1, and 3/4 will be 2, and 7/10 will be 3. Okay, so on this page, if you do -4 divided by 5, you drop the 4 in, you see that's 40, that's 0.8, because 5 goes into 4 0 times, and then you add a decimal and a 0, and you get 0.8. -7/10, 7, put a decimal, you get 0.7. And then -3/4, 0, 30, 7, 28. Subtracting, you get 2. Okay, so we got 4/5 is -0.8. And 0.8 is closer to -1. -3/4 is -0.75. So let's draw little arrows. -4/5, -3/4, and then finally -7/10. So be careful with negatives. The bigger a number is that's negative, the further it is away from 0, and the smaller it is. So we've done that too. Okay, oops, sorry. Those are examples. Move on to the problems, and I will see you at the end of the video. Okay, so how do we do with those? So we have 2 and 5/11ths. It's not 25/11ths. And then 2 and 3/14ths. Well, we know we're dealing with 2, so we can ignore that. And we can do the 5/11ths and the 3/14ths. So you can do it any way you want. You can turn them into fractions. And 5 divided by 11. Using the calculator here so it doesn't get all messy. I do want you to do these by hand, but I am going to do this for time's sake. Equals 0.45 repeating. And then 3 divided by 14 equals 0.214. And now that we're in high school, we're going to round everything to the thousandths place. And 45 is bigger than 21. So that means that 2 and 3/14 goes first. 2 and 3/14. And then to the right of that is 2 and 5/11. That's right there. So the bigger a number is, the further it is to the right, a positive number, and the bigger it is. Anything to the right of 0, the further you get away from 0, the bigger it is on a number line. Okay. So right in order from least to greatest, from smallest to greatest. And you got some decimals here. So we're going to turn everything into a decimal. And 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. So it's 33 forever. And then -7/2 equals 2 goes into 7. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 decimal. 2 goes into 10 5 times. And we're done. So 7 -7/2 equals 3.5. Okay, so now that everything is a decimal, I forgot to put a number line in on this one for you. All right, so -3.5. Okay, so we got -3.5. That's the biggest one. And because this is 33 forever, -3 and 1/3 go next. And then -3.3. No bar means that this terminates. -3.3, it ends here. This one never ends. So 33 is bigger than 30 if you would have put extra zeros on it. And then we have 0, and then we have +3.3. So it would look something like that. But that's the end of this video. We compared and ordered decimals, and we put them on a number line. And thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.